And welcome back to Braaescapades. Thank you for watching this video. As you can see, I broke my foot and cut the tip of my finger off this month, so we didn't go out of state. We went somewhere in Washington.
Howdy, y'all. This is the route to Elbe. It's kind of very scenic. We've seen horses and cows and then a whole bunch of little farmhouses and everything. Very scenic. And oh, there's a motorcyclist. Vroom vroom. There's an idea too. I'm not getting on one though. Beautiful day to be going out. About an hour out to get to the railroad. So make sure you leave enough time.
See that hawk?
I did not see the hawk. I missed the hawk by showing you trees. Sorry, y'all.
Got hit by a car.
Watch out for hawks while driving. One good thing about Washington is that when it's a nice day, it's a nice day. Beauty all around
It's
you.
not a nice day elsewhere.
No, it could be, Washington's
When it's a
mostly
nice day in
rainy
Florida,
and gloomy.
it's not nice.
Well, it's usually hot and humid. I'm just talking about Washington is a very tricky state.
It's beautiful when it's nice.
Yes. And then when it's rainy and gloomy,
You stay
it's
home.
not so pretty.
If you stayed home, you'd never go anywhere.
But of course, if we, didn't have those rainy, gloomy days, we wouldn't have all this beautiful foliage everywhere, all these trees and mountains.
Museum out here.
Museum. You'd make a whole day trip of this. Museum and train. I think there's even some little restaurants. It's just a small little town.
Yeah, don't blink, you'll miss it. We got 19 minutes away.
There's a bug right in the view. Right there on the windshield. Hello, dead bug.
It's bugging out.
Look, here comes the sign. Elbe.
It's historic Eatonville.
Alright. Eatonville is another cute little town. Country.
I read that Poulsbo is like a Danish town or something. Or a Belgian town? These are the downtown places we've never even visited in our own state. We've got a lot of places. Mostly for work.
Ooh. I used to have a family that lived in Eatonville. And Eatonville is actually very big. It's across two counties. One side is in one county and the other side is in another county. But it is country living. You're not going to get the store down the street.
That's right.
But you can have a horse and a cow in the back. Oh, now who's trying to have jokes, huh?
That was a good one. What are you talking about?
Well, I hope that this train does not go on the side of the mountain. We went on a train one time and it was like literally like you all get on the one side of the train to look over the side and you might trip that whole train off. I'm good. I don't want to do that again.
Not that heavy.
That was scary. that's one of the good things about this train too. 5 and under are free. So you can bring the kiddos out and take them on the train. They can check out the scenic route. All right, here we go. Welcome to Elbe. Mineral is coming up. That's the train is going to take us through Elbe, through Mineral. It's called the Hobo Inn, and they have vacancy. It's caboose lodging. You get to rent a room and stay in the caboose overnight, or for a week, or whatever you choose to do. Oh, they got pizza. What is a city without pizza? Okay, look at here. Here's the Mount Rainier Railroad Dining Company. A sidetrack room. There's the church. There's the steam train rides. So, looks like we're gathering. Hey y'all, it's Polly. This is this side of the Alder Lake that we're on by the railroad station. Definitely a wetland. Beautiful. You can hear those birds. We have a little bit before we have to get on the train, so I just wanted to share with you. It's our first time. Just love the beauty, even of a swamp area.
And here we've arrived in Elbe. It's just about an hour south of Tacoma, Washington. They boast that they are the home of Bigfoot here in the Pacific Northwest. There's a lot of shops with Bigfoot themed souvenirs and things like that. Also checked out the Elbe Evangelical Church here. Looks like it is open for services, but it wasn't open today. We're just wasting a little bit of time before we go over and check in and get ready to board the train. Here comes the scenic train. When you arrive, there are a couple of really cool, fun pick locations. There's the train that you're going to ride in, and there's also a stationary older train that's there. They have a nice little facility with a gift shop, some clean restrooms. Looks like they do different train rides throughout the year to different themes of the year. You could tell that they probably do something for Christmas. There's a bunch of stuff about the Claus family, Santa and Mrs. Claus. But overall, a very well kept train depot and gift shop for you to browse before and after you take the scenic train ride. Here we're taking a gander inside of the gift shop here at the train depot. They had some copyrighted music playing over the speakers, so I just muted that track. You get to spend some time hearing my voice. They explained to you on the train that all the proceeds from all of these purchases go to help sustain the train. The train is run by a group of volunteers and also a paid staff that is set to preserve logging trains up here in the Pacific Northwest. So when you go in there and purchase a t-shirt or a sticker or a mug or anything else, you're helping support the cause. And right now I know they're in the process of restoring an older train that they said should be out on the tracks and pulling their cars here within the next few months. A lot of really neat stuff. Of course, I collect stickers from places that I go to, so I definitely got myself a couple of stickers. And I think Polly said on the ride in, every kid under 5 rides this train for free. So that's actually a pretty good incentive. Bring your kids out, they'll love it, they'll have a blast. Once you're on the train, you can walk about, you can go go stand on the back of the train and watch the scenery slowly go behind you, or walk through the trains, stopping in between the cars. You can get some pretty good views for photos and videos. And they have a dining car. It's not really like you can sit down and order any food, but you can purchase snacks. They were out of coffee that day, but they had complimentary cocoa, and they had some bottled and canned drinks that you could purchase, as well as candy and chips and crackers and things of that sort. We didn't end up having any snacks on the train. As you'll see in one of our upcoming videos, after we did this, we stopped by the Elbe Bar and Grill, which was our first time, and decided to have dinner there. So I'll make a short video about that and how that went. But overall, the train ride is about an hour and 15 minutes, and we'll get to it here shortly. In an attempt to make this video not be 3 hours long, I did go ahead and edit the train ride footage, some of which was taken on our phone, some of which was taken on a sports camera that I bought to use. And as you'll see, I was able to mount that in the train window, but the weird fisheye effect makes everything kind of look like it's going by at an angle or a curve. Kind of curves by us. So let me know in the comments if that bothers you. I think it bothered me. I don't know if I'm going to use that camera very often. If I do, it'll be just a straightforward kind of shot, I think. But appreciate your feedback on that. While you're at it, why don't you go ahead and hit that like button. Maybe share this video with someone you think might enjoy our content. And we appreciate all of that. It goes to help us out. And, we're just getting started, so we need to build up a fan base. There's our tickets. And we're getting ready to get on the train now.
What'd you make up our minds? Are we going to green or orange?
We have to go to orange.
You have to go to orange? We don't have to. You go where you want.
Not that big a deal, you got plenty of time.
Okay. How are you?
I'm good, how are you?
Good, thank you.
Welcome aboard. Whoop.
Oh, thank you.
Welcome aboard.
Thank you. You can walk between them once it's going too. Just find a seat. Oh, look at this. It's all right. Just sit here. And sit there.
The cost, if you're interested, is $34 per adult and $15 for kids 16 to 17. Right now you can choose between a scenic train, Easter, whiskey, beer, or cider tasting, and coming up is going to be a family Halloween train.
Ready? The train's gonna start moving. Whoa. The little guy was actually. Bye. Hopefully you weren't supposed to be on the train.
The town of Elbe, known as Browns Junction, into the late 1800s, when the United States Postal Service came to town, the German settlers chose to name the town Elbe as an homage to the river in their homeland. The arrival of the railroad proved to be a boon for the town, allowing freight to be transported and helping the development of the local water industry. The church, bordering our parking lot, was built in 1906 by the town's German founders. This church was added to the National Register of Historic Places in 1976, and it still operates today on Social
50 years later.
Railroad at the start of the 1900s. The line leading to Elbe was completed on April 30, 1980. By that same year, construction reached Ashford, and in 1905, regular passenger service was established. For a time, Elbe Eastern Railroad enjoyed virtually exclusive rail access to the scenic wonders of Mount Rainier. With the railroad's arrival, Mount Rainier National Park was profoundly changed forever. In the summer of 1905, 3 of the nation's largest mountaineering cities combined for a major push to summit Mount Rainier, something far more accessible now that the rail service connected Tacoma to the foothills. Before the railroad, reaching the mountain required a 3-day stagecoach journey from Tacoma. Wow. With rail service to Ashford, the trip took about 3 hours. For 6 hours, about 220 days, a passenger could leave Tacoma at 9 in the morning and arrive in Ashford by noon. Instruction continued instant to minimum. Our destination, the first train arrived in the
the glacier moves, it grinds rock into fine sediment known as glacial flour, giving the river its cloudy appearance. During heavy runoff, the river can reshape, thus adapt to natural forces. Between this crossing and Mineral once stood the small settlement of Flint, founded by pioneers from Kentucky. Residents farmed the valley and supplied logs to local sawmills, participating in the timber economy that defined this region. Like many resource-based towns, Flint gradually fading as logging patterns shifted and transportation routes changed. As we cross these bridges, you're traveling over infrastructure shaped by more than a century of industry, weather, and change. Must adapt to natural forces. Between this crossing and Mineral once stood the small settlement of Flint, founded by pioneers from Kentucky. Residents farmed the valley and supplied logs to local sawmills, participating in the timber economy that defined this region. Like many resource-based towns, Flint gradually fading as logging patterns shifted and transportation routes changed. As we cross these bridges, you're traveling over infrastructure shaped by more than a century of industry, weather, and change. We are now approaching a section of railroad known as Park Junction. Historically, trains traveling west from here would continue towards Ashford, the last town before the entrance to Rainier National Park. The track to your left follows that original alignment toward Ashford, and ultimately toward the park itself, which is how this location earned the name Park Junction. Today, however, we will be diverging to the right onto what is known as You have to experience it with your own eyes.
Doesn't mean it's not recording.
Currently, this scenic railroad goes from Elbe, Washington, over to Mineral, Washington, at the base of Mount Rainier, and then it takes you back. They told us of construction updates, longer train tracks, things that are planned for the future, but as of now, this is all there is to do, is basically ride the train from one end to the other and back. A lot of the scenery we saw was people's backyards and some of the highway. I mean, it was an old logging train track, so as you can tell from some of the pictures and videos, we did see the Nisqually River and some other beautiful scenery, but I mean, for the cost, it's a nice afternoon trip. I would recommend it for people with small children because the kids are going to love it, and you'll probably like it too.
Rainier Scenic Railroad is a startup nonprofit, reopened in September 2023. It is dedicated to preserving and sharing the rich history of logging railroads in the Pacific Northwest. We operate thanks to a dedicated team of both paid staff and donors who keep these locomotives running and this history alive. Every ticket purchased and donation made helps us continue restoring historic equipment, like the 101-year-old steam-fired quarter number 5 that we expect to see pull our trains later this year. Donations also make it possible for us to continue to restore and open new sections of the railway that have been long neglected, reopen our museum with expanded exhibits, and build out our event facilities to offer even more engaging excursions and rentals. Thank you so much for riding with us today. Please take a moment to peruse our gift shop in the depot on your way out. Every purchase helps Mount Rainier Scenic Railroad preserve these artifacts and keep trains rolling for future generations. If you're interested in learning more about our nonprofit, becoming a volunteer or donor, please visit our website at wfim.org.